Hey guys, might as well change it to a weekly check-in show, huh? I don't know. Been killing some time with Horizon Zero Dawn lately, and really got sucked into it. Good game, very good game. I'm gonna do some stretches while we talk it out here. So, 30 seconds aside, pull it towards the pinky. This is a really important stretch I'm finding as the recovery goes on and on. Generally, if I don't do it, if I'm getting like sucked into a game, playing all night with a controller, and I don't do these stretches, arm can kind of ache right up at the end of the muscle, right before the elbow on the forearm there. But other than that, doing pretty good. Been doing a lot of my like curls and workouts. I was thinking about grabbing it to show it on the stream, but it's a 20-pound dumbbell, and do 10 each arm. I've been trying to push myself to do them almost every day, just because I'm impatient. I think I'd like to get back to the 40 and the 45-pound curls and get on those. I think I could curl them right now. I wouldn't want to curl it more than like once or twice. And so I really just want to push to get back where I was, because before all this happened, I was finally getting into a routine where I liked the results I was getting, and then now I feel like I've completely backslid to before I was like working out, a year ago. So not a big deal, but yeah, my therapist is always like, yeah, you push too hard or you do everything. They they tend to. I was just talking to my buddy Mike. I haven't seen him in like 5 years, and his parents were like, hey, can you go by our house and check on some stuff? And it turned out he had, while they were on vacation, he was actually checking on their house for them. They didn't think to ask him, or they thought he was too busy, so they asked me. And he's like, no, I could take care of it. But we hadn't seen each other in forever, so we sat down and chat for about an hour. We've both been vaccinated, and we were just really catching up on how everybody was and how all our friends were. But he had tore the bicep up at the arm. He said he was lucky. He was lucky, finger quotes. It wasn't completely torn. It wasn't torn off the bone. It's just down to a few strands, and so they were able to just kind of said looked like it was a much easier surgery than I had. I guess it just is because the bicep didn't roll down and atrophy and all that kind of stuff. So it was kind of, he was looking pretty good. We chatted a bunch. Like I said, I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, the original one. I know the sequel is coming out or has been announced. Is kind of ramping up discussion. So it's like sort of how it goes, right? Like I put off a game so long that when I play it, it's like, oh, the sequel's coming. Okay, shit. Lots of cool games. Not lots, but games keep coming out on like PS4 and stuff. I was looking at the PS5 stuff. They don't think you're really going to be able to just buy one until next year yet. This is the middle of 2021. They're saying 2022 sometime. Maybe you'll be able to get one. Let me grab this weight. Just this 20-pounder. It says it over here. It's upside down. I think it's upside down no matter how I hold it. I don't know. But yeah, we just kind of put it between the legs and curl it like you're the thinker. And I do 10 and 10 like that, so not too shabby. I'll get a little bit of light that way. So yeah, I'm going to probably do that a little bit off stream. But I played Horizon Zero Dawn, and it was I just played it after coming off of Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which was the third Tomb Raider. I thought it was the second. But it's because I was gifted it, whatever, was a freebie on PS4. And I was like, oh, cool, the second one. Like, if I like this, I'll pick up the third one. And it's like, kind of turns out from everything I'm reading and my personal experience, like, even though I got the platinum in it, I was like, this game kind of sucks. I think my buddy CD put it really well, where it has like 1 foot in like mediocre and 1 foot in great, and it was like, like it can't make up its mind. It was something like that. It was it wasn't impossible to go through, but like the hardest thing you had to do to get the platinum was beat it on the most difficult setting, which had some fantastic name. And I don't think that the game was actually that hard on that setting. The difficulty was that you had to go to a specific place and press a button and sit down at a campfire, and it would save the game. And they like kind of like cherry pick out the save points that are there on like all the other difficulties, and they'd only be there afterwards, because they're also like fast travel places and story. They're like, they need to be there, but they're like, in order to make this hard, we have to fuck you out of being able to save here. And so it would just be like, you'd go through like 30 minutes of the game, and it wasn't like you died to some combat mechanic or something challenging. You would say like, jump up there, and Laura would like jump like through the terrain or not grab it, or like you'd be like, jump there, oh, you fell to your death, do it again. And you're like, okay, I mean, I know I'm supposed to jump there, and then you get there again, like a half hour later, you get there again, and you're like, jump, and it works this time. And you're like, how does it know? How does the game know to like fuck you the first time and then give it to you the second time? And, yeah, it wasn't very hard. The other thing was some of that jumping stuff. Normally, it's like painted a specific key color in the world, so like that's a climbable place, and that's not, because the game is just like a real world environment. So you go to climb up a wall, and it's like arbitrary whether you can climb it or not. Like, oh, we painted it white, so you can't. And so they take that white stuff on. Well, I'd already beaten the game plenty of times through before doing the hard mode, so I knew where to climb. So it was just annoying. It'd be like, maybe like 1 in like 50, you'd be like, was it here or there? And you're just like humping the wall, jump, 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 jump. Oh, there, she climbed on it. So fucking that, I went from that to Horizon Zero Dawn, where that girl can climb at least as well as Lara Croft, shoots bow and arrows just like Lara Croft, but like more badass. Like no fucking there was like 2 times or something where I went to like climb and jump or something, and she went and it didn't work. But other than that, she just fucking monkeys around, like puts her to shame. And the bow and arrow shit was like, all she has mostly is like bow and arrow. You have a couple like one-off things, whereas Laura has bow and arrow and pistols and shotguns and rifles and all this crap. But Horizon Zero Dawn, which just kicked the shit out of it. And both of them had HDR, and I have a nice HDR TV. And the thing is, the games always look better, but they have this problem where they're like, we can put absolute blackness, and you're like, yeah, I don't know where to fucking go. Like, if this was real life, my eyes would adjust, or there'd be some light, or it'd be fucking pitch black, and I would use my flashlight. And Lara Croft has a fucking flashlight. There's tons of flashlights in her. Horizon Zero Dawn, they also had HDR, and it did not nearly have the fucking infinite blackness problem. And in fact, the great like computer lights on the enemies and in the forges and crucibles and stuff it was outstanding. I've been trying a thing lately where when I go back to a game that I'd put down in order to play more Destiny, usually I just pick up the game and start playing it where I was, because over the years I would usually like start a new game and just get back to where I was, especially if I was early enough in. But I've been like, fuck it, I'll just pick it up. I picked up Horizon, and I had watched a guy play a little bit of it recently, and it really jogged my memory of like, oh, you go to the proving and you get out and you get into the real world and it opens up. I was like, yeah, I basically remember this story. And then I got into the places where they make the machines, and I was like getting chills. I was just like, this is so fucking cool. Like, look at the layout of the place. It's gigantic, but it's navigable. It looks like it's doing something. They're making robots and stuff, and the colors and everything. And I just got sucked in. There's maybe a little pacing problem with the game, I'd say, but because they give you like tons of stuff to do. I sort of had this problem in Skyrim, where you could do all these, like, you could do so much shit that you would kind of like, you wouldn't do the main quest. And some stuff's like kind of like progression in the trees, and certain things of the mechanics of the game are like locked behind that. So if they had like a slightly better balance there, you wouldn't feel like, and now you're gonna do the main story. You just kind of ramrod through it, especially because the main story would get you into these ancient bunkers of the people that like designed the world before you, and there's something like 2 hours of dialogue in like just found recordings and journals and shit. So it was like, whoa, the pacing of like, man, I've been running around killing these cool robots, and then like 2 hours of sneaking and talking to Zavala, Lance Reddick. Um, all of it good, just like maybe the pacing or something about the game could like push you through the story more and then do the side quests. Because I did all the side quests first, and it felt like a rapid, like fun adventure. Um, so right now, I'm playing Salt and Sanctuary, which was another project I started, and I'm kind of into it, but it's also it's like this 2-man team, and it's a Dark Souls game, and it's not Dark Souls that's 3D, it's a 2D Dark Souls, and I think it was like kind of early in the idea of that, and because it's a small team and earlier edition, it's like you just get to some stuff and you're like, oh, that's how you want to fuck me. Okay, I'll get through it next time. Thanks for this adventure, this experience. Um, again, I don't find it very hard when it's just being a game, but when they're like, and then an invisible thing comes out of the background and ate your head, and you're like, oh, okay, I'll like roll through there next time and it won't eat my head. You got us there, and yeah, traversing the world seems kind of slow. It's really lacking in explanations. It's like, imagine if you played Dark Souls, but nobody else played it. There was no wiki, no instructions. Like nobody had any information to give you to. So you could go look it up. I just don't feel like Dark Souls was this obtuse, because this feels like it's obtuse because they were like, fuck you, it's obtuse. Whereas in Dark Souls, they were like, well, you get it. It's called heal spell. Like, over here, they're like, it's called salt shaker. And you're like, is that the healing spell, or does it make my sword do more damage? It's clearly very Dark Souls inspired. But anyway, maybe talk about that another time. I played some more. Right now, I'm coming off of just being kind of pissed at it. So I don't want to slag it off too hard, but I was getting pretty frustrated with it. It just has dumb like platforming, like jump to the edge of the pixel and jump. You're like, okay, I will. Yeah. But yeah, I'm gonna go to PT tomorrow. Last week, not much going on. They're really just working on the scar. I've got the big mass at the end where they just didn't really do up the stitches perfectly. I want to get back into my like workout, get strong again. It's already paying dividends. It's only been a week or two that I've been doing these curls and stuff, and this arm is strong and it's picking up stamina, and this arm's it's still the same as it's always been. It wasn't injured, so it was weird that at one point I was like, they both like kind of hit the same like point of maximum effort, but differently. Like this arm's like, I could do more, but if I wasn't so like tired, and this arm's like, I'm too weak to do more. And you're like, this is a very fine difference of like endurance, yeah, I'm gonna do those curls now. Hit PT. Got PT early in the morning, so I need to get to bed, get up and go to that. I put out tendrils to see if we're gonna do something this weekend. Record some more. We haven't put up any Nazi stuff. Shit. Yeah, Castle Wolfenstein. Hopefully get that wrapped up at some time. We've been talking about with our schedules being so off, maybe we'll do like PS4 Wednesdays where it's like an online thing and we don't necessarily make a big production of it. We can all just sit around in our shorts and jump on PS4 and record an adventure there. So it might be a little easier on us, and we're just getting older. We were older when we started and we're older now. So hopefully get that going. Get some more content up. Got to put up the rest of Halo is coming. Some Bad Karma speedrun stuff from Abe's Odyssey. Yeah, good stuff. Munch's Odyssey. Sorry, Abe World. Anyway, that's it. 15 minutes. Cut it. Thanks, guys. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. It helps.